You ever been there? You're deep in a conversation with an AI, and then suddenly, poof, it completely forgets what you were just talking about. It's super frustrating, right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into exactly why that keeps happening.
So what's the deal? At its core, this is a massive memory problem. You see, most AIs, they just don't naturally remember your conversation from one message to the next. By default, every single time you hit send, it's like you're starting a brand new conversation from scratch.
The material we're looking at today uses a brilliant analogy for this. Remember the movie Kajini? The character has a 15-minute memory and has to tattoo all this crucial information on his body just to remember it? Believe it or not, today's AI is in a pretty similar boat, maybe even a worse one.
All right, so let's really unpack this frustration. Without some kind of special workaround, every single time you hit send, the AI has zero memory of your previous messages. And that right there is the root cause of so many confusing and frankly useless AI interactions.
This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures what it feels like. You're carefully building up context, and then by the 10th message, the AI's responses just get, well, weird. It's totally lost the plot, and it's basically just guessing based on your most recent message.
Now, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, my chatbot does seem to remember things. And yeah, you're not wrong. But the way we make that happen today is, well, it's a clunky, really expensive fix that honestly just creates a whole new set of problems.
So here's the workaround, the secret sauce. With every new prompt you type, the system is secretly summarizing the entire conversation history and then stuffing that summary right back into the prompt. It's a total brute force method just to give the AI some context.
And this creates what the source calls a vicious cycle. You send a message, the system summarizes everything, the AI generates a response, but now, and this is the key part, that new response becomes part of the history that needs to be summarized for the next turn, making the context balloon with every single interaction.
Now here's where it gets really crazy. The cost. We measure this in something called tokens. You can just think of them as pieces of words. The cost doesn't just add up. Oh no, it increases quadratically. This means the 10th message isn't 10 times as expensive, it's exponentially more expensive because of that massive summary it has to process first.
And, it's not just about the money. This whole summarization method actually makes the conversation worse. The AI loses the why, the real intent behind your questions. All those important nuances get flattened out, the timeline gets blurry, and the AI's answers just get worse and worse over time.
But what if there was a better way? What if, instead of this messy, fading summary, an AI could have a perfect, flawless memory? Let's explore a new concept that could completely change the game.
The source proposes this fantastic new analogy, a bank passbook. Think about it. A passbook records every single transaction in order with timestamps. Nothing is ever summarized, nothing is lost. It's a perfect, unchangeable ledger of everything that's happened.
And this just illustrates the difference perfectly. On the one hand, you have the current method, a fading, incomplete summary that's always losing detail. On the other hand, this new idea, a perfect, permanent ledger where nothing is ever lost. This new approach is called event-sourced memory.
So what exactly is event-source memory, or ESM? Simply put, it's a purpose-built memory system for AI. Instead of summarizing, it creates a perfect, unchangeable log of everything that happens in the conversation. Just like that bank passbook, each message, each response is recorded as its own unique event with a timestamp.
So why is this so powerful? Well, the benefits go way beyond just having a better memory. We're talking about a system that is cheaper, faster, and ultimately leads to a much, much smarter AI.
Let's start with the most dramatic number. By using ESM, we're seeing a 50 to 70% reduction in token costs. That is a massive saving. It's a complete game changer for efficiency, and it's what makes having long, complex AI conversations actually affordable.
So how does it pull this off? Well, instead of sending a giant, clunky summary, ESM just keeps that perfect log. Then it tells the AI model, hey, to answer this new question, you only need to reference the message at this exact timestamp. It's incredibly precise, super efficient, and it guarantees no detail is ever lost. And the benefits just keep stacking up. With perfect recall, you naturally get enhanced quality and accuracy.
the AI can give much better answers because it has access to the full, untarnished context. This also means conversation histories are stored more reliably, and you can retrieve information with pinpoint precision.
This all brings us to the final and maybe the most important point. This isn't just some technical upgrade. Perfect memory is absolutely fundamental to the future of AI and our ability to actually trust it with meaningful work.
I mean, think about it. If an AI constantly forgets the context, the history, and the whole point of a conversation, how can we possibly trust it with complex, multi-step tasks? We can't. A perfect memory is the very foundation we need to build more advanced, reliable, and trustworthy AI systems.
As these systems become more and more integrated into our lives, their ability to remember isn't just a feature, it's the bedrock of our trust. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. If an AI can't remember its own past, how can we ever trust it to help us build our future?